We have walked through the courtroom. We have established the illegal nature of your deficit. We have activated the blueprint. But there is a dangerous gap between a legal right and physical possession. In the natural world, a judge can sign a verdict, but if the sheriff doesn't enforce the writ of seizure, the criminal keeps your property. Today, we are moving from the legality of the spirit into the enforcement of the kingdom. God is not just saying you are owed, He is issuing a divine writ of seizure. Most believers live in a state of perpetual waiting. They think the wait is God's will, but according to the biblical authors, the wait is often an illegal detention of resources. In the Hebrew Bible, the concept of restoration is not a suggestion, it is a command from the sovereign. Today, we dive into the physics of possession. We will explore why your inheritance has been held back and the exact biblical protocol to release it today. This is not a renovation of your old life. This is the materialization of the new. If you have been standing in an empty lot, look up. The architect has signed the release order. To understand what is being released, we must look at the word the biblical authors use for inheritance, Nachalah. In our modern English, inheritance sounds like something you get when someone dies. It sounds like a passive event, but in the Hebrew mindset, Nachalah is a permanent, ancestral possession that defines your identity. It is a portion assigned to you by the divine architect before the foundations of the world. Think about the story of the Israelites entering Canaan. God didn't give them stuff. He gave them Nachalah. He gave them land that was already filled with houses they didn't build and vineyards they didn't plant. The mystery of your restoration is this: what was stolen from you wasn't just money or time. The thief tried to steal your Nachalah, your assigned portion of kingdom influence. But here is the legal secret. A Nachalah cannot be legally sold or permanently lost in the kingdom of God. It has a right of redemption built into its very fabric. When God says He is releasing your inheritance, He is not giving you a new gift. He is enforcing your original eternal claim. Your portion is vibrating in the spiritual atmosphere right now, seeking the sound of your voice to anchor it into the physical dust. Where is your inheritance right now? The biblical writers use the metaphor of storehouses or treasuries. In the book of Deuteronomy, God promises to open His good treasure to give rain to your land in its season. This isn't just about weather, it's about the supply chain of the Spirit. Many of you feel a blockage. You see the blueprint, you have the verdict, but the supply hasn't arrived. This is because the enemy uses a tactic called illegal detention. He cannot win the case in court, so he tries to block the highway of delivery. Think of the prophet Daniel. He prayed. The answer was released on day 1, but it was detained for 21 days by the prince of Persia. The delay was not a no from God, it was a blockage from the enemy. The divine writ of seizure is the deployment of heaven's sheriffs, the angelic host, to clear the highway. When you engage in this study today, you aren't asking God to start the process, you are authorizing the clearance of the supply chain. The gold of your future is already in transit. The sheriff of the kingdom is moving to seize what the thief is illegally holding. How do we physically turn the key to the warehouse? We return to the technology of Hagah. As we've discussed, Hagah is the murmuring, the growling, the constant sound of the word on your lips. In the ancient world, sound was seen as a physical force. When you mutter the decree, "My Nachalah is released," the writ is enforced. You are not performing a religious ritual. You are matching the frequency of your voice to the frequency of the warehouse. Think of a safe that opens only with a voice command. The enemy has tried to change the combination by filling your mind with the sound of the crime scene, the sound of lack, the sound of defeat. But when you speak Bible, you are overriding the enemy's frequency. You are Hagah until the spiritual tumblers click into place. Every time you whisper the word in the dark, you are driving a golden wedge into the door of the detention center. You are the sheriff's deputy. Your voice is the authorization for the angels to move. Do not be silent. Silence is the enemy's best friend. Sound is the architect's greatest tool. There is a specific reason why the materialization happens in pulses rather than all at once. It is the principle of Kavod, the weight of glory. If the sevenfold return for everything you've lost over the last decade hit your bank account and your nervous system in a single second, the sheer weight would destroy you. Kavod is heavy. Your wilderness season, the midbar, was not just about waiting, it was about bone density. God was strengthening your spiritual capacity to carry the weight of the gold. Look at a Rembrandt painting one more time. The depth of the darkness is what allows the gold to look so heavy and brilliant. Without the shadow, the gold would look like cheap foil. The density of your past suffering is the measure of the density of your coming glory. You aren't just receiving a settlement, you are becoming a reliable resource, a house that can hold the glory of God without cracking. The release is happening now at the speed of your capacity to carry it. You are ready. The weight is coming. The key is in the lock. The writ is in the sheriff's hand. The act of bara creation is moving into physical possession. Do not look at the empty lot with the eyes of a victim. Look at it with the eyes of an owner. The architect is on the site, and the release order is signed in the blood of the covenant. If you are ready to authorize the angelic host to clear the supply chain and release your Nachalah, I want you to perform a physical act of faith right now. Type access in the comments. Let this be the voice command that clicks the safe open. Let it be the sound of your agreement with the High Court. Your stolen inheritance is not gone. It is being delivered. Go in authority. Your shalom is here. Amen.